We want to be able to solve this example together. So let's pull up our Excel and take our time. I'll be building my Excel sheet and you do the same. Mainly you just copy what the book did, maybe with some tweaks, so that you can see the values as progressing moving forward. Just one thing I would add, it will make your life easy if you give every naming the abbreviation that's used in equation, like P, I, and N, and A, and so on. So you know how to manipulate things as moving forward. Equals six. Having those dollar signs, it will prevent the number from changing. So it's a constant number. So because if you drag that cell down, he will increase the number. But if you do the dollar sign, he's gonna keep it fixed. So here the well, it's not C6 amount paid. In this case, it should be the P. C6 in his problem, but it's in our problem, it should be the A actually, which is the C8. In my case, it's C8. Could be different for you. That's C8. Okay, then let's copy it. If you do Control C, then you select the cell with a shift all the way down. Then you say Control V, you're gonna just copy the number along the cells. Since it has the dollar sign, you can drag it all the way down and it should do the same. So now we're done with amount paid. Now the principal should be B12 minus D12. In my case, it's B14, D14. And the interest would be the I divided by 12 multiplied by the remaining. So it will make it easier for you. I want you, the whole point, the golden take from here is to create an equation in Excel, be able to translate the written into Excel equation, Yeah. So for now, amount borrowed, what is it? Amount borrowed is P, based on definition, right? What we're gonna do, just double click on the text. So amount borrowed will be P. Then you get annual interest rate, that's your I. Loan term in years, but in my question, we want to talk about months. So loan term in years too. Loan term in months, that would be this multiplied by 12, right? It will be 2 by 12. So you can create an equation for that. So you're trying to say A equals P, so equal P, which is what, C3 in my case, multiplied by, open parentheses, of course, as needed, I multiplied by 1 plus I to the power of n. So I, assuming B3 is I, 1 plus I to the power. Principal remaining, in the textbook, he's saying for the first value, it's going to be the same as C3, which is the amount borrowed. Interest, C4 by 12 multiplied by principal remaining. So you have F13 plus D14. So F13 from here, this value plus this value, he's going to give you this. For the next one, you need this value plus the next value. So how are you going to do that? You just drag in down here. That's going to replicate the equation while changing the numbers accordingly. That's the whole trick. You go all the way until you stop in your table, and you're going to get the corresponding value for that. So F13 plus D14 for the first, then F14 plus D15 for the next, then F15 plus D16 for the next, and so on. So the pattern kept going. Otherwise, In some cases, it doesn't work that way. You see the dollar sign, you saw that in the interest, the dollar sign for C4, right? Why he had dollar sign? If you drag it, it's not gonna go C5, C6, C7. Dollar sign will fix it. It's like you're saying keep it as C4 and change the E for me, E13, 14, 15 when I drag it down. That's the concept of it. So you can choose, you can play with it, choose which values to change and which values to stay the same.